Okay, guys. Hey, guys, welcome to my live. So today we're gonna be learning how to cost a building plan. Yeah, how to properly cost a building plan. That's what we're gonna be learning today. Somebody sent me a message that how do I run a complete BOQ on the plan without making any errors. So that's what we're gonna be learning today. Now, this is a building plan. How do we cost this building plan? This is a new project we want to work on. And since we're about to work on this project, the client said we should bring out the BOQ materials needed for this project. So now, how do we cost it? Now, if you're new into the construction industry, one thing you need to know is that building costing matters a lot in construction. Like giving your client a proper BOQ matters a lot. And you don't want to miss that. Yeah. You don't want to miss a proper BOQ to your clients. So in this life that we're currently running now, we're going to be learning how to break this BIM plan to a complete project, like starting from the BOQ, from the block work, from the woodwork, the structural work, that's the steel, down to every other thing that we need to know. So in case you're just joining this class, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Now, this is a new project. As you can see, this is a 3-bedroom duplex, and this is a 2-bedroom and a 1-bedroom unit. So now I want to run the BOQ. You can see all the elevation. Now, these are all the elevations. We have this elevation here, we have this elevation here, we have this elevation here, we have this elevation here. So there are 2 steps for you to break down a building plan. Step 1 is you break the plan from the DPC level down to the concrete fissure, down to the concrete fissure or down to the roof level. Then once the project hits 80% to 90% of that roof section, you can then bring out the second part. But don't cost the building plan from scratch to finishing immediately. That is improper because there are variation of prices and materials do change. So now for us to cost a building plan, you can see these are the elements. So let me create a little bit zoom. Now this is the floor plan. In case you're just joining this channel, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So this is the floor plan. You can see this consists of main lodge. This is the entrance. This is the anteroom. This is the main lodge. This is the dining. This is the kitchen, and this is the stairway. This is the balcony, and this is the WC. So now, in areas like this, for us to get a proper BOQ of this plan, there are 2 layers. Like I said, this is the 3-bedroom duplex, and this is the 2-bedroom, and this is the 1-bedroom. So we're going to cost this and this. So for us to cost this, for you to cost a building plan, you need to first of all work at the total meter needed. Now listen, guys. Now we want to cost this. So for us to cost this, we need the total meter. We need the total meter of this particular wall. We need the total meter. You understand? Miss Eve Jen, Tanzania. Okay, I'm from Nigeria. Thanks for joining my live. I hope we learn something together. Now, for you to be able to know the numbers of blocks needed for this project, we need to know the total meters of each walls in order for us to know the total number of blocks needed. So I'm not going to rush the class. But I'll make sure that everything comes bit by bit. So like I said, we need to know the total number. That is how you do a proper BOQ. Now, for you to do that correctly, you can see that the external wall. Now, I'm trying to let you understand something. You can see that from this edge, check your diameter, your dimensioning. You see that the external dimension is from this edge down to this edge. This is the external wall, and it's reading 9 meter, 9.6 meter. You can see it's reading 9.6 meter. That's what it's reading, 9.6 meter. That means this wall, from this end to this end is 9.6 meter. Now I'm going to put it here, 9.6 meter. You can see it. I'll write it down, 9.6 meter. That is for this wall. That's for this wall. Now you can see that from this wall, down to this wall is 7.5 meter. 7.5 meter. So I'm going to write it down, 7.5 meter. Now I've gotten this wall, and likewise this wall for my costing. So the next wall I want to pick right now is this. I'm going to pick this wall. And which state is 4 meter, 4.50 millimeter. This is 4.50 millimeter. That's the length of this wall. 4.50 millimeters. So I'm just going to approximate to 4.1 meter. So I'm going to put 4.1 meter down. Then I've gotten this wall, and likewise this wall. Yep. Yeah, Miss Eve. Okay, that's cool. But if you don't mind, can you drop us your content? I'd like to have a proper shout with you later, Miss Eve. Can you drop us your number? Just drop it online, so I'll pick it up. Your WhatsApp number, I'll just send you a DM later, so we can have more chats. Thank you. So now these are after picking this and this and this, the next one I'm going to pick is this wall. I'm going to pick this wall, the whole of this layer. I'm going to pick them out. So from here, this says 1.8 meter. You can see it very well. This is 1.8 meter. So I'm going to drop it down, 1.8 meter. Then this says 3 meter. You can see it very well. This says 3 meter. So I'm going to drop it down, 3 meter. Then this 3 meter, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still 3 meter. You understand? It's 3 meter. So I'm going to drop 3 times 4. 3 times 4. Okay, Miss Eve, so just check our videos online and drop a comment. So our video online and drop a comment. So we're gonna communicate. I really want us to communicate later. So what medium do you use in communication? What medium do you use rather than WhatsApp? What medium do you use? I should just drop my number so you could call me anytime. Okay, guys, sorry for the distraction. I'm just trying to keep my audience going. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4 is 3.1 meter. 3.1 meter, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 3.1 meter. So the next wall we're going to pick is this wall. We have already taken this wall. So the next wall is 1 meter. So I'm going to add it up like 1 meter to this. You can see it very well. Then we pick this wall 2 meter. So we add 2 meter to this. Then we pick this wall. This wall is 3 meter. We pick this wall 3 meter. We add 3 meter. This 3 meter, this 3 meter, mixing is 6 meter. So we add 6 meter to this. So by this doing, we'll find out that we already have all the walls. We already have all the walls. So what's the next thing? The next thing is for us to use our calculator. Now, this is the total meter of this structure. This is the total meter of the structure. Now we'll go to our calculator. Okay, we'll go to our calculator. We add up all figures. This is 9.6 plus let's say 7.5 plus 4.1 plus 1.8 plus 3 times 4 plus this 1, this 2, that's 3, 3, that's 9 plus 9. So we have a total meter of 44 meter. The total is 44,000. This is total 44 meter. So now this 44,000, how do we convert to block? The first thing we need to convert is block. So we have to convert to block. So that's 44,000. So this is going to be 44,000. Okay, 44,000. Now the total meter of this structure, the total meter of this structure is 44. It's 44 meter. The total meter of this structure is 44. How do we not get the block? The desired block wall. How do we have the desired block wall? That's what we should be looking at right now. So since the total meter is 44, now you need to know the size, the length and width of your block. Now the length of my block is 450 millimeter. That's the length of my block. The length of my block is 450 millimeter because I'm using a 9 inches block, and the size here in Nigeria is 225 millimeter by 450 millimeter. That's the size of our block here. So now, since I'm not working for height, I'm working for length. I'm going to divide 44 meter divided by 450 millimeter. It gives me 97.7 blocks. So due to wastage and the rest, I'm going to approximate this to 110 blocks. 110 blocks. Now, the actual block I needed for this job, the first layer, the actual block I needed is 97 blocks. Yep, that's the actual block I needed. Is 97 blocks. So now, since I needed 97 blocks on this layout, and definitely there's going to be wastage and unforeseen calculations. So I'll approximate this to 110 blocks. You can see, approximate this to 110 blocks. Now, after you've approximated this 110 blocks is the first layer of block. Is the first layer of block on the ground floor. Is the first layer. So the next layer you need to look for right now is the next layer you have to look for right now is the height. Okay, back to what we are doing. So the first layer is one yard 10 blocks, and we're looking at the height of 7 cos. We're looking at a 6 cos DPC height. Let's say 6 cos DPC height. That's what we are looking for. Now, since we're looking for a 6 cos DPC height, we multiply 110 times 6. You understand? We multiply 110 times 6. So once we multiply 110 by 6, it gives us 660 blocks. That's what we need for these 660 blocks. Now let's check the structural part of this plan. Okay, so first of all, this is the complete 3D. Now this is the complete 3D of the 3-bedroom duplex. This is 3-bedroom duplex, and this is the complete 3D. Now these are the side elevation. These are the side elevation, you can see. Then this is another side elevation. Then this is another side elevation. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like inside. This is architectural drawing. This is called site analysis. It's also called site plan. This is called site plan. There's the duplex section. Now these are the structural members. These are the structural members. Now I want to show you something.